Good morning, students. I am Prerna Agarwal. Today we are going to discuss the new chapter for software engineering. Today's topic is types of software model. In the previous lecture, we discussed about what is software engineering, what is the need of software engineering. We also discussed about the software crisis, software myth, and we discussed what do you mean by the software process and what are the activities that are being performed in the software process. Today we are going to discuss about the types of software models or process model. So as we all know that software process is a simple representation of software processes. Each model represent a process from a specific perspective. So every model is using a different steps, different logics, and based on which we are doing the work. Some methodologies are sometimes known as software development lifecycle. This is also known as software development lifecycle. So if you get a question of what is software model or what is software development lifecycle, you can write these steps that we discussed in the previous lectures. Now, there are various types of software model. Depending upon the work, we can choose any type of the model. So it is not compulsory that we have to use one type of model in an organization. We can use any type of model to get anything. So the first is waterfall model, prototype model, incremental model, and the spiral model. I'll be discussing each and every model with you in detail in the subsequent slides. So let's start with the waterfall model. So as the name suggests, waterfall. So the water is something which is flowing from top to bottom, and the water cannot go back. So this model is top to down. Clear? Now in this model, it is a plan driven process. It means whenever we are doing any work or any activity that is planned, it cannot change in between. So all the activities are planned and then only they are being processed. Clear? Now, the first phase of the waterfall model is the requirement definition. Again, firstly, with the help of our experience and based on our type of project, we have to gather the requirement. There are various ways to gather the requirement. We can conduct the surveys, we can conduct the various seminars, we can conduct quizzes, we can take a previous defined projects which are of same type, and based on that we are able to collect all the requirements. Like for example, the consumer says, I want an ERP. So he says, I want an ERP to attendance for the attendance monitoring system. Now, based on a previous development, we says we can give you the provision for marks recording also, we can give you the provision for COPO designing also, we can give you the provision for timetable also, we can give you the provision for internal calculation, we can give you the provision for external calculation. So, based on our experience, हमने उसे कुछ suggest करा. So, वो हमें बताएगा, okay, this I want in my ERP system. So once the requirement are freezed, the same system is given to the software designer. Software designer then designs the process. It then identifies the function, non-functional units and everything. And then it is given for the implementation, testing, and finally it is being documented and maintenance is given to the user side. So at every step, we are freezing our requirement and the output is given to the next phase. So if there is a correction at any point of time, we cannot go back to the first phase and do the required changes. Now, Waterfall is should be used when we have clearly understood the requirements. If we are not able to clearly understand the requirement and the requirements are changing, we cannot use the waterfall model. Clear? So the disadvantage with the waterfall model is you cannot go back. You cannot change your requirements. The requirement has to be predefined. Now, next type of model comes is the prototype model. The very good example for the prototype model is whenever you go and purchase any flat, you see a small prototype कि हमारा पूरा बिल्डिंग दिखेगा कैसा. ठीक है, दैट इज अ प्रोटोटाइप. प्रोटोटाइप मीन आप कितना क्विकली अपनी चीज़ों को बना के दिखा पा रहे हो. सो प्रोटोटाइप इज अ क्विक वर्जन. इट इज़ नॉट हैविंग एग्जैक्ट थिंग्स जो आपने मांगी है, बट इट इज़ गिविंग यू अ ब्रीफ क्विक लेआउट हाउ योर प्रोजेक्ट विल लुक लाइक. So, in this, we are establishing a prototype objective, a prototype plan, then functionalities, outlines are defined, then we develop that prototype. So, it is an executable prototype. We evaluate and we generate the report. Prototype model. So all the steps are being explained here. Establish objectives. The objective of the prototype should be made explicit from the start of the process. It should be clear. Define prototype functionality. What input and the expected output from the prototype. Develop the prototype. The initial prototype is developed that include only the user intent. उसके ना सारी functionalities नहीं होंगी, but basic functionalities होंगी. We evaluate. Once the user are trained to use the prototype, then we discover what are the errors, what need to be done, what need to be improved. So it is a keep going process. So we repeat the third fourth step as many times we need and we improve our project. Next is incremental model. This is a very good model. This is a basically a very good system. Like we developed a system in which there is a attendance, only attendance monitoring. So students comes to me and they say कि मैम इसमें हम अपनी ये देख सकते हैं, अपने marks देख सकते हैं. So I say no. So I give that feedback to the designer कि okay, can we add the marks part into it? So he says yes, we can do it. So what is basically happening is from a small circle we are going big, 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 big based on the feedbacks. And with this the system is able to adapt with everything. So इसमें हमने क्या करा? We have defined the outline. This is the concurrent activity, specification, development, validation. These are going simultaneously. Then initial version, then we create the intermediate version, and then the final version is created. So initial version is very small, then the intermediate, and then the final version. So based on the feedbacks, basically the process is evolving up. Clear? This is a very important model. In all the above model, there is a no risk. हम लोगों ने कहीं risk को cover नहीं करा है. Whereas in the spiral model, we are covering the risk. Now, how we are doing? We are dividing our process in the four quadrants: 1, 2, 3, and 4. The four quadrants are being given a specific role. This is determine the objective, alternative, and constraints. It will evaluate the alternative, identify, resolve the risk. It will develop and verify, and it will plan the next phase. Now, we are starting from this point, requirement plan. So we are doing the work firstly in the first quadrant, then we are going in the second quadrant, then the third quadrant, and then the fourth. So as you can see, we are growing big with every move. So at the first point, we identify some objective, we identify the risk, we develop, and we think then we plan what need to be done. Then again we analyze the objective, we analyze the risk, again we develop, we plan the next, and then again the objective, alternative, development, and so on. So every phase we are checking the risk. due to which it has become very easy to identify any sort of errors and the problems that are going to appear in the program. So each loop in the spiral is split into the four sections. These are the name of the four sections that I was telling you before. Objective, risk assessment and reduction, development, validation, and then again planning for the next phase. So these were the types of model. Further, you can study V model. Then you can also study iterative waterfall model. Thank you.